Yeah, so in 1926, this building was completed. In between 1871 and 1926, we had a huge earthquake here in 1906, and it destroyed a lot of the city. But when we rebuilt this campus, this is all reinforced concrete, so it's not going anywhere. But this is, as you can see, it's kind of like an Italian villa on this side of the campus, and on this side, it's in the 70s that was built, and it's a bit more brutalist architecture, kind of, exposed concrete, weird angular patterns, things like that. Just so you can see some of our studios. Over here on the left-hand side, this is one of our new genre studios, and it looks like a film shoot. And that's great because that's what we encourage students to do there. Either film shoots or photography shoots. We have pull down backdrops over here on the left-hand side. You can see different colored backdrops. We also have green screen. And all these lights are just in stands, tripods, any safety equipment that one would need for a professional film shoot or a professional photography shoot. You just check it out, and you can check it out for the whole weekend, and it's yours, and you check out the room, and it's whatever you need to do in there to make your art is completely up to you. As you can see, there's also this light grid up here, which you can change out the lights, put gels on them to make different colors. Some of our students will actually use our new genre studios, and we have 3 of them. This is kind of the most multi-use, but we have other ones that are just complete white boxes. And so you just film your thing in there, and it looks like there's nothing in the background. But if you need to paint the walls, if you need to, I don't know, smear bananas on the walls or whatever you need to do for your art piece, then that's, that is okay. We just, ask that it's cleaned up for the next class that shows up there. This is our painting studios. And as you can see, lots of natural light. These overlook the bay. So there's lots of great light that comes in. I can't say enough about how easygoing these painting classes are. You can do realism, abstract. You can work in, sometimes students mix mediums. If you want to work in watercolor rather than oil, great, we encourage it. But students also have the opportunity to get wall space, which you apply for. You can come in and work at any time until the campus shuts down at midnight. We're shut from midnight till 8 in the morning. You can come in at 8 and work all day if you want. Right up here in the top right-hand corner is the sculpture area. You can see that we're doing, it looks like a ceramics going on right here. However, we do have a wood shop, a metal shop. We encourage, actually, a lot of our students are starting to do, silicone molds of things. Like if you're building some sort of life-size sculpture that, if you're building the skeleton out of metal or something, and you want to put silicone hands on the end and then wrap it in something for like clothing, that's the kind of stuff that our students are doing. And then down here, you can see that the student is using art and technology. As I recall, this is an animation piece that they were working on. So student curated galleries, these are all run by the students. You have complete reign on what goes into them. We do have some exhibition museum studies students that are learning to work in galleries and museums and things like that. So they will propose students get together for a show. They'll see some simpatico work that is happening amongst a lot of different students' work, and perhaps like, it can be something as benign as the show is about the color blue. Everything is dealing with the color blue in some way. Or it could be something, the show is about politics in 2021 or something like that. It can be a thematic show, but usually it's a lot of different students in the Diego shows. We have openings every week or every other week, excuse me. The public is invited to come visit in these openings. So you can invite all your friends and other people that you meet around San Francisco. But it's sculpture, it's painting, it's new genres, performance, You know, we have music in there sometimes too. Um, as you can see, like they have a painting laying down on the floor, which isn't a traditional way of hanging a painting, but it's the way that they wanted it to be. So also look at this crazy sculpture here. I don't know, you know, I'm not sure what the medium is, but this person trapped in ice. I thought that was really cool. But also you can see behind, oh, excuse me, behind this student, there's somebody has done an installation of balloons that read something out. Like this doesn't something. I don't know what, I'm not sure what it says, but yeah. And so students can write proposals, get together with a bunch of your friends, do a show. You can make art specifically for a show. You know, if you want to do something all about balloons, like everybody, you know, okay, 5 of us are getting together, we're going to write a proposal. It's going to be about balloons. Let's do it, you know. And so a lot of our students, you know, you're learning to write proposals, you're learning to talk about your artwork, things like that. We really encourage that. The Walter and McGhee Gallery, this is another gallery, and they're kind of strewn out all over campus, but this one is for visiting artists. So like if Annie Leibovitz comes back, and she does quite a bit to talk about her photography, then we'll hang up a show of her photo works. So students have the context of what she's speaking about. Some other events that have happened recently, we had Jenny Saville in here, who's one of my favorite figure painters. One of the, I would say one of the most popular figure painters in the world right now. But she came to speak about painting, just about figure painting and what that looks like now. This right here is the Vanguard Revisited, excuse me. And this was one of our students was kind of around in the 70s when the Black Panthers were getting started in Oakland, a political activism group in the 70s. She just happened to be there. So she started shooting photographs of them and became their official documentarian. But we also offer Concentrate, which is for students to present work. We invite the public and the public buys student work. So we recommend that students make some small works. Something that you can make a little extra money, and then you can buy some bigger canvases or whatever you need to buy. So it's a great way to make a little money. This is our lecture hall. You can see actually the Jenny Saville Symposium is right here. It seats 150, and that's as big as our classes get. They're usually not much more than like 60 people for art history classes. All of our studio courses tend to be about 12 to 15 people. But the lecture hall is also where Annie comes and speaks about her photographs. It's also where you will have most of your art history classes. But it's also, we have performances in there. As you can see, there's a performance piece going on here about fish, where they've got a video and sound, and they're painting as well. So it's kind of, this is new genres perfectly, because it's painting, it's film, it's sound, it's performance, it's all these things together. And bands play in here too. And, you know, if students want to get together and watch Aladdin together, that's great. You know, it's very much however you want to use the space for your experience. Just if you have interest in San Francisco, I mean, you know, just a couple things to touch on this. About 80% of the galleries owned in San Francisco are owned by alumni of the school. So we're going to be introducing you to these people. We want you to be showing as many places as you possibly can, not just on campus, but all over the city. We want you to be selling work and becoming successful while you're here. You know, so we encourage you to always be showing. And as you can see, you know, some of the galleries kind of go a little bit more performance based. This ATA one here down in the bottom left-hand corner, that this is more for like film, video presentations. Root Division's more of a traditional white box gallery, so painting, sculpture, things like that, printmaking. But as I said, these people that own these galleries are going to be coming into your classes. They're going to be talking to you. They're going to be introducing themselves. We encourage students to be networking, and even though it sounds really businessy to say that, but it's imperative to know a lot of people, you know, to become a successful gallery artist. This is Barry McGhee. He's actually an alumni of the school, and he came in as a graffiti artist. His name was Twist. I don't know if you're familiar with Twist, but he ended up getting really kind of obsessed with printmaking. And as you can see, just made all these different patterns and things like that. He started making, rather than doing graffiti art and tagging and things like that, and murals, he started incorporating printmaking into making fully immersive spaces. So here, you know, he got all these vans. Don't ask me how, but because I don't know. But as you can see, he's making an immersive area for people to kind of walk around and be just completely overtaken by his artwork. And he also goes by the moniker R. Fong, which this is also his work. As you can see, he's just put up a bunch of small prints, some of his wallpaper print, and then he's done an installation of a bunch of different TVs, which are showing animations of his work. And I do completely agree with him that the relaxed campus makes it one of the last great schools in America. You know, if this sounds anything like what you're interested in, the application is pretty easy. It's just putting in a portfolio of 12 to 15 pieces. You can do video, sculpture, paintings, drawings. If you're a filmmaking student and you want to include a script, that's great. If you have an idea for a film and you haven't completed it yet, but you have drawings for what you're going to shoot, that's great. We accept that, absolutely. But the thing is, I really do want to, let's see, and I'm gonna type this to everyone, but this is the email. admissions@sfai.edu. This is, if you have any questions about what needs to go into your portfolio, let me know. If you're trying to decide between a few different pieces and you can't decide, let me know. We also require an artist statement. If you're having trouble on how to write an artist statement or what you want to say in it, let me know, because you know, I'm here to help you through every step. Let's see. We will need transcripts as well, if you're transferring in. And let's see. You know, I'd say the portfolio is the most important thing, though. That's going to be the main thing that gets you scholarships to go to school here. So we do offer merit-based scholarships just based on your portfolio and your artist statement, and which is why I'm extending a helping hand if you need some guidance with that. Just a couple more things though about San Francisco. You know, some of the open spaces, hidden corners. It's a beautiful city. It's pretty sunny here all the time. But this park, we are actually really far away from this park, but you know, public transportation is really easy to get around in. I have never owned a car and I've lived here for 10 years, and the public transport's just great. But Golden Gate Bridge, Golden Gate Park, great spots for filming. You know, you can find kind of any microclimate or mini environment to film or shoot photos in. You can either go to the foggy side or the sunny side. But, you know, it's a really lively street art culture. A lot of our students actually work in for a BA instead of a BFA. And a Bachelor of Arts is a bit more of the academic side of art making and talking about art, doing presentations, things like that. That we do have a major for that is called Art, Place, and Public Space. So it's all about, you know, presenting a public art piece. But it's really a beautiful city. It's great. You know, the thing is, Probably the best thing to do would be if you all have really a lot of interest is to email me. Hopefully we can set up a time if you feel like you might want to travel here, or if you happen to be traveling here. Even if you don't have any interest in the school, come by and take a tour. You know, I'll show you around. Like I said, we're kind of in the middle of the touristy area. And so, you know, the views are perfect, and it's just, it's quite a place, quite a place. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about the school, but I'm sure there might be questions, and does anybody have any? And I'm more than happy. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but.
Great, thank you so much, Jeff.
Sure.
I have a question. I'm wondering about what kind of technology and software the students can be expecting to use.
Oh, yeah.
There.
So I can't seem to get back to full screen. Oh, here we go. I'll stop the share real quick. Okay, so yeah, the technology that's being used, you know, we have all the most up-to-date things for sound recording, for video recording, you know, of course, the Adobe suite of products, if students are doing 2D graphic design pieces or anything like that. But a lot of our students are working with robotics as well. Some of them are working with, as I heard the presenter before me talking about laser cutters for wood. We also have plasma cutter for metal, things like that. So it's, but basically, if you can present a need for some sort of software that isn't at our school yet, that's something we're ever evolving. You know, when some of our students started getting into robotics, and I'm not familiar with exactly the program that they use, I apologize, but they started doing robotics as well as VR virtual worlds for their art pieces. So you can kind of explore into the art piece where they have the headset and the gloves and everything like that. And when they got interested in that sort of thing, that's when we got that equipment. So, you know, we are really, we're really flexible with what the students need. You know, we want to be on top of the most up-to-date technology in all fields.
Great. And is there anything that you would suggest to a student to help make their portfolio stand out? Sure.
Yeah. So if you do happen to have a series of work that kind of is about the same thing, that's great. We really, our instructors really love that sort of thing, because then it's kind of like you're thinking about your artwork as an exhibition, kind of 10 to 12 to 15 pieces, 10 to 15, something like that. Now, they don't all have to add up to this one particular story or anything, but what we do really appreciate is students that are making work that that is important to them. For, you know, if they're telling a story, if they're talking about political views, or if they're talking about their childhood, particularly, you know, things that make you unique amongst all other artists. Because technique, you know, sometimes technique, you can have 4 or 5 painters that can paint something exactly perfect where it looks just like a photo. But why did they choose to paint that particular object or something like that? That's more what we're looking for. However, we do really appreciate students that can paint photorealism. I mean, I can't. I wish I could. But yeah, just that sort of thing. Telling your story in your art is really important to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your presentation and answering our questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much for your time. And there's the admissions thing in the chat. But also feel free to go to sfai.edu. If you have any questions, we have little things that you can ask us anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Hannah. Thanks, everyone.